Fix the hair, fix the shirt, fix it all. And we're ready. All right, so hi everyone. For those of you tuning in for the first time, I am Chloe Tempchin. I'm a singer, a songwriter. Today I'm gonna talk about feeling unmotivated, discouraged, and stuck. I received lots of emails at lifebychloe.com, which is one of my websites, where I talk about the 5 key principles that help my body heal, and people write me. I try to answer as many people individually as I can, but I also want to make video responses in the hopes that these answers can help more than just that person. These are just my opinions and my thoughts. They're not necessarily right or wrong, but these are things that have helped me. Question of the day. Hi Chloe, I feel really unmotivated right now. I try really hard to get my diet right and to do the right things, but sometimes it's hard and I feel like because of my condition, I can't reach my goal. I have cystic fibrosis, by the way. Any advice you could offer? Thank you. So this person has cystic fibrosis. Just as a side note, what I'm dealing with is pulmonary hypertension, so something quite different, but in the end, I believe that all diseases are pretty much the same thing, all stemming from inflammation in the body and trouble in the body. So I'm gonna answer this question to the best of my ability. I was once given advice by someone who came into my life at a really important time. Basically, when all hell was breaking loose, I was feeling so awful, I couldn't walk. I was so short of breath. I'm a performer and I could barely get onto the stage. I couldn't breathe. I had so much pain in my lungs, and to top it off, all of a sudden I woke up one day and I started talking and nothing came out. So I went to the otolaryngologist, I believe is what you call him, the voice doctor, and sure enough, to top it all off, he's like, oh, your left vocal cord is paralyzed. And I'm like, oh really? What else? And he's like, you have ulcers on your throat, which is why you have pain. So that was a problem. I, of course, was hoping my vocal cord was temporarily paralyzed, but it wasn't. The good news was that it was permanently paralyzed because I had nerve damage. So as a singer, of course, having a paralyzed vocal cord is not the kind of news you want to get. So I was feeling very discouraged. I was like, honestly, is this like, what does this mean? Like, because there are 2 ways of looking at everything, of course. And I was kind of trying to ask myself, is this a sign from above saying like, you should just not be making music? Like, how much more obvious can we make it for you? Like, you can't breathe, you can't get on stage, and now your vocal cord's paralyzed and you have ulcers on your throat. Like, how much more obvious can we make it for you that you should be maybe considering another profession? That, of course, was one way of looking at it, and I did kind of look at it like that for a little bit. My other thought was, okay, so is that the message? Is that the takeaway here? Or, option 2, am I actually being tested to the maximum? Like, is this the ultimate test? How badly do you want this? How much do you want to perform? How much do you want to sing? Are you willing to figure out a way to make this happen? So when this person came into my life, they said the following. I remember we were on the phone and he was like, yeah, I was talking about my paralyzed vocal cord and all the things that were going wrong. And he was like, you have to do what you can with what you have. And I thought, no, that's like the simplest advice ever. But I thought, wow, that's exactly what I needed to hear, because I'm a perfectionist. I need everything to be right all the time. Otherwise, what's the point? And it kind of like knocked my perfection out for a second. And I was like, wait a second. I have to do what I can with what I have, because otherwise I'm going to do nothing and get nowhere, and it's going to be a disaster. I would say to this person who's asking the question, you seem to be feeling a lot like I was at that time with regard to your health. Yes, you're going to have to work harder. Yes, I have to work harder with my voice. It's totally unpredictable. It hurts when I sing, and it basically just sometimes doesn't work. And it's difficult, and of course breathing is difficult for me. There are lots of things that are difficult, and you have to work harder than other people potentially. But if you really want to do something, then you just have to do it. But it can be very unmotivating to be dealing with lots of health issues, and it can really like wear you down, and I completely understand that. And sometimes you just kind of want to like go into it and let yourself be down, which I've done. So I would say let yourself be down a little bit if you want to. Give yourself, but not for long. I would say like give yourself like, I try to give myself like 5 minutes, but if you want to give yourself like 20 minutes, go for it. Like feel horrible and terrible and like totally unmotivated. And then remember right at the end of the 20 minutes, maybe say to yourself that you're just gonna do what you can with what you have. And you really have no choice, because if you don't, you'll not move forward. And if you do, you will move forward. So it's gonna be a lot more difficult, but the rewards are also, I think, sometimes greater when it is more difficult. It allows you to show yourself how strong you actually are, because you do have a lot more to overcome perhaps than somebody else. So I would say go for it and know that it's gonna be difficult and be okay with that, and know that it's gonna make you stronger as a result. That's my advice. I hope it helps. Again, these are just things that have helped me. And if you guys have questions, you can always write me at lifebychloe.com. You can leave your emails there for newsletters and updates and free things. And I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching.